Hello everyone. This presentation is an evaluation critique of Socrative program as a learning tool. So let's get started. We all know that learning and gaining knowledge is very important. Most of the people nowadays try to earn knowledge in order to achieve their dreams, improve their skills, and success in their lives. Therefore, it's important to design a course as well as apply efficient learning tools in order to meet learners' needs. So, what can we apply to choose the perfect tool in our course or program? Let's say that Socrative can be applied as a learning tool, and it's going to help educators to deliver the concept and revise terms with learners. However, how could we choose an appropriate learning tool like Socrative? And is it really effective? So first, let's take an overview of Socrative and its feature as a learning tool before we describe the theory that we implement to determine whether it's suitable or not. So what is Socrative? Socrative is a learning tool that can be used to improve the education process. Socrative is a cloud-based student response system developed in 2010. It allows teachers to create simple quizzes that students can take quickly on their laptops or their own smartphones. So, teachers are able to create mini quizzes or upload existing quizzes, as you can see in the bottom left corner picture. However, only one quiz can be activated at a time. In addition, they can check the progress of individual students, like how many questions have been solved correctly or incorrectly by every student immediately. As you can see here you will find student's name and how many questions did they solve. Did they complete the whole quiz or not? How many correct questions did they solve, the green one, and how many incorrect ones, the red ones, express the wrong answers. So you can easily, for example, notice that question one, so many students didn't solve it correctly. Then try to explain it with them again or discuss it in the coming lecture. Students are able to join these quizzes by choosing student's account and entering the room number, as you can see in these two pictures. Then the quiz will be active to them. Besides, immediate feedback appears to every student after answering every question. So they will see the question, whether their answer is correct or not, and an explanation of the answer if you add it in the program. Educators can use Socrative in class to enhance collaborative learning because they can divide students into groups and have the opportunity to attempt to solve questions together and choose the right answer. In fact, Socrative program can help to move students up in Bloom's taxonomy. As they progress in their knowledge, it helps students in remembering, understanding, and analyzing. So, using Socrative as a learning tool in class helps students to list, name, retrieve, and recall prior knowledge from long-term memory, which process remembering level according to Bloom's taxonomy. Besides, students' understanding level can be increased because teachers can have questions that help students to construct the meaning through classifying, interpreting, giving examples, identifying, and inferring. Socrative moves students up to analyzing level in Bloom's taxonomy because some questions can be written in a way that students can compare and differentiate between topics or objects. Socrative helped teachers to encourage their students to participate, discuss ideas, share their opinion, and debate because it allows students to process cognitively teachers' questions. So, as you can see, Socrative help students to move up in Bloom's taxonomy. So they are move from remembering level to understanding level to analyzing level 2. Socrative program can be used in schools or universities, environment, and training workshops. Applying Socrative is effective for educator who wants to increase his or her students' comprehension to achieve all learning types that discussed in the previous slide. Teachers can use this tool with any type of learners who need to practice, understand, remember, and analyze the course content. According to teachers' background, teachers only need to practice how to create quizzes and upload existed quizzes. And students need to have Socrative web page link and their room number. So you can collaborate with with your colleagues, instructors, colleagues. So you can create your own quizzes and they can create their own quizzes. Then you can upload their own quizzes. So they can give you the code and then you will upload it in your own Socrative account. And they as well can upload your own quizzes. The context is appropriate and realistic. Schools only need computers and internet access. We apply theory of change to evaluate Socrative program actually. We define theory of change as a theory that focuses on how and why an initiative or intervention works. Theory of change illustrates how and why the desired change is expected to happen in a specific context. It focuses on figuring out what is missing to achieve the desired goals of a program or a system. It makes certain that the interventions or activities applied in any system fulfill the required goals. Therefore, it identifies the desired goals first, then from these goals it works on identifying all the outcomes that must be attained. Outcomes help in determining what type of activities or intervention lead to those particular outcomes. So why theory of change is appropriate? Theory of change helps to specify the goals of a program or a course and the possible outcomes in order to identify whether the intervention is acceptable or not. In fact, theory of change defines long-term goals, then move backwards to specify crucial intervention. Therefore, theory of change will determine all desired goals of a course or training that is going to use Socrative program as a learning tool. After that, it's going to identify whether Socrative will lead to long-term outcomes and it will specify the contextual conditions that might impact long-term outcomes. So how educators know definitely that Socrative is an appropriate learning tool? In fact, educators need to answer the following questions in order to measure up Socrative according to the theory of change and be confident that Socrative is a suitable intervention. So they will ask, what longer term outcomes does the Socrative seek to accomplish? What are the conditions that are important to produce those long-term outcomes? What kind of questions and activities are needed to achieve the desired goals? What type of resources are required to apply the activities? However, what is missing in the evaluation process by using theory of change? Actually, how activities and outcomes must be measured is the most important issue in any evaluation. But how do we know that the intervention, such as Socrative, has effective results? Theory of change misses the ability to confirm that the intervention definitely works and achieves the desired goals. To ensure that the impact happens, theory of change needs to find links and measurements between the intervention, like Socrative, for example, and its expected outcomes. For example, formative and summative evaluation can be included in theory of change to make sure that the intervention reduces and closes the gaps between the desired goals, outcomes, and achievements. For example, formative evaluation can be used to examine students' work while the program is in progress. However, summative to evaluate whether Socrative achieved the desired goal at the end of the program. Here are some points that we need to focus on to enhance the efficiency of Socrative. The ability to insert some graphs or photos in Socrative will enhance the type of questions asked. It will help to move students up to reach high levels in Bloom's taxonomy, like evaluating and creating, because when some photos are uploaded, students can compare, arrange, and predict. Presenting the score of other players and giving awards are effective factors that will encourage students to enhance their knowledge and compete with their friends to get higher score, which will affect their comprehension positively. It's important that Socrative gives the teacher the ability to activate more than one quiz at a time. Also, it's truly important to raise students' awareness and consciousness of the importance of applying some educational games or digital quizzes in memorizing and enhancing their achievements. In conclusion, applying learning tool is very important. On the other hand, it's important to have an appropriate tool with suitable context. Determining the type of learning that is required is necessary in order to choose the more appropriate learning tool. In fact, the most important aspect in learning is to train instructors in how they can apply it effectively, otherwise, it's going to waste time and money. Thank you for watching this presentation. I'm Reem Al and this is my contact information. Feel free to communicate for any reason. Stay safe and goodbye.